The room smelled like barbecue and cheap wine when he said it. My dad, smiling, glass raised. He didn't look at me when the words landed. He looked at the table, at the audience, like a comedian waiting for a laugh. It came, loud, easy, familiar. I felt the heat rise behind my eyes, then drain. Silence settled in my chest. I stood up, pushed my chair in. No speech, no tears. I walked out while they laughed harder, proud of the punchline. I didn't cry in the car. I didn't cry at home. I sat in the dark and listened to my breath until it slowed. Something ended that night. Something clean. I used to believe family was a net. You fall, they catch you. I remembered my dad teaching me to ride a bike, running behind me, hands ready. I remembered late nights doing math homework, his pencil tapping when I got it wrong. I remembered thinking his approval was oxygen. Turns out it was conditional. Turns out I was a receipt he regretted keeping. The joke echoed for weeks. Not the words. The laughter. I replayed faces, smiles I trusted, nods that said, yes, that is who you are. A cost, a mistake. Then the call came. My aunt's sweet voice sharpened by purpose. We need to talk about the trust. I listened. I asked questions. I said nothing. They wanted to cut me out. Said it was paperwork. Said it was fair. Said I wouldn't understand the complexities. I understood perfectly. The joke wasn't enough. They wanted erasure. That was the moment pain turned into planning. I stopped reacting. I started collecting. I pulled old emails from dusty accounts, screenshots of promises, notes about the trust my dad had written when he was drunk and generous. I requested documents. Quietly, I paid for copies. I hired a forensic accountant who asked no moral questions. Just numbers. I followed patterns. Payments that didn't make sense. Transfers that skipped names. A shell company with a familiar address. I sat across from my lawyer and watched her eyebrows lift, then settle. She nodded once. Give me time, she said. I gave her months. I attended birthdays. I smiled. I kept my voice even. I let them believe I was stunned and small. I watched who avoided my eyes and who overplayed kindness. I listened more than I spoke. People confess when they think you are harmless. I recorded nothing illegally. I didn't have to. They left trails. They always do. The day they filed to amend the trust, my lawyer called. They're moving fast. So am I said. We timed it for the annual charity gala. Their favorite mirror, cameras, donors, applause. My dad loved a stage. Loved to be seen as the generous patriarch. Loved the story where he was the hero. I arrived late. Black suit. No tie, calm face. My lawyer at my side. The board chair froze when he saw us. My dad smiled. He thought I came to beg. I didn't. When the chair asked if there was any new business, my lawyer stood. Her voice was smooth, polite, deadly. She laid it out. Misappropriated funds, undisclosed conflicts, tax irregularities, breaches of fiduciary duty. She projected timelines and signatures, names and dates. The room went quiet in layers. My dad laughed once, a reflex. Then he saw his signature. His laugh died. I spoke then, just once. You taught me to keep receipts, I said. I listened. Faces drained. A donor stood. Another checked their phone. The board whispered. My aunt cried, real tears this time. The chair suspended the meeting. Security hovered, confused. My dad tried to speak to me. I didn't move. Outside under the lights, reporters found us. Questions flew. My lawyer answered none. We walked past them. By morning, the story had teeth. Audits announced. Sponsors pulled. The trust froze. My father's name slid from headlines to footnotes. The shell company dissolved. The money came back, clawed from the dark. Weeks later, a settlement landed on my table. Apologies were offered. Not to me, to the public. I declined the private ones. I kept my share. Then I donated part of it to clinics that provide real choices. Quietly, no plaques. I haven't seen my dad since. He sent a message once. 2 lines. I didn't open it. I don't need closure from someone who thought my existence was a joke. I learned something simple. Silence is not weakness. It is a workspace. They laughed because they thought they owned the story. They forgot I had the receipts.